All right. So, Coach, just look at me and don't worry about that whole camera.
Okay.
So, Coach, how excited are you to take over as the head coach at Elon, and what's been the biggest change being the one in charge?
Yeah, I'm thrilled about the opportunity to be a head coach at Elon University. And probably the biggest change for me is less football, and just more administrative things, more organizational things, culture. Those are the things that I spend most of my time thinking about, recruiting. I used to spend a lot of time looking at film, and I still look at film, but I spend more time looking at a calendar and just, planning for our program.
Elon's been in the playoffs back-to-back years now, is nationally ranked all of last season. What are your goals and expectations now heading into 2019?
Yeah, this 2019, we've got something to prove. Our goals are to win the CAA, to participate in the FCS playoffs, and win the national championship. And, we've had success the last 2 years together, but this team's got a lot to prove.
7 starters are back on offense, including Davis. Your leading rusher, Jalen Thomas, 2 of your top receivers. How has Davis come back from his knee injury, and if he's healthy, how good do you think this offense can be?
Yeah, I think Davis has, come back every week. He's getting better. He's feeling better, and the better he feels physically, then the stronger he is mentally, and he's going to be ready to go for the season. And he's got a talented group around him, a talented group of receivers, 3 running backs that have all been starters for us. So I think the sky's the limit for us offensively.
The past couple of seasons, you've overseen the defense, and it's been one of the best in the CAA. With 7 starters back, what are your expectations for that, and who are you expecting big years from?
Yeah, I'm real fortunate. I mentioned how being the head coach, I'm less involved in some of the football stuff and watching a little less film. But I'm real fortunate to have 2 coordinators that are very experienced in our league. And Billy Crocker's very familiar with our defense. I worked for him for 5 years at Villanova. And so, he's taken the reins, and our kids haven't had to learn a new system or new terminology. They've been able to continue to grow and develop and trend in the right direction and play fast on defense.
You've been around the CAA for a good chunk of your career. You mentioned Villanova, but also New Hampshire and Elon, obviously. So what makes this conference so good, and what's the challenge week to week in the CAA? Well,
the CAA is a brand now, as we recruit, across the country, from Boston to Miami and as far west as Indianapolis, the kids that we're talking to, they recognize the CAA and understand the level of competition we have in our league, and the coaches in this league have been unbelievable, and I've been fortunate to work for some good ones and guys who have won. 3 guys that I've worked for, they've all won CAA Coach of the Year, so I've seen it done right, and I'm proud to be coaching in this league and leading our kids in this league.
Very nice. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome. All right.